Bombay Stock Exchange, where there were celebrations as the Sensex crossed 60,000. The last 10,000 points have been at a remarkable speed, because not only is it the fastest 10,000 points, taking just 8 months to actually happen, but it happened in a year where India was devastated by the second COVID wave. In fact, since the beginning of the pandemic, when it crashed to a low of 25,981, the Sensex has jumped over 130%. Some of the key drivers for this rapid rally to 60,000 points are expectations of a solid economic recovery in India, China's crackdown on its own top businesses, and a massive participation by small-scale retail investors, even from smaller towns of India. Joining me right now is the man who was cutting the cake and with all those balloons just now, and that's, of course, the Bombay Stock Exchange chief, Mr. Ashish Chauhan. And Mr. Chauhan, in a time when really 60,000 for the BSE, nobody expected this to happen just a few months ago when the COVID pandemic was upon India. What's your next prediction? Where's the BSE, where's the Sensex going from here?
In a way, everyone expects when a child is say 15, next year he will become 16. So, only thing is how it will happen is when people are not able to figure out. So, in 2019, when the government came second time, that time I had said immediately that in this government's time, we should be able to see 60,000, and not many people believed that those days. In 2019 May, I had said that index had just reached 40,000. I said 60,000 is reachable, and that time I don't think many people reported, but now that is true. Only thing is it has happened in 2.5 years and not 5 years as what I had expected. So, somewhere things have become unpredictable, but in a better way.
So, it actually took half the time that you predicted, Mr. Chauhan. So, what's your next prediction?
No, it's in a way, as I told you, everyone is a fortune teller where you have to count numbers, and when market goes up, everyone predicts it goes up. When market goes down, everyone thinks it's going to go down further. But effectively, currently India is looking very good over next 5, 10, 20, 30 years. And there are many reasons, but I think the larger reasons are about technology, about geopolitics, and about demographics.
Right.
These three are currently playing in India's favor. We are a highly technologically oriented country. We are also young in demographics, and geopolitics is slowly moving in favor of India vis-a-vis what it was before. So, I think these three put together is a fantastic combination, and the 60,000 coming during the Prime Minister's visit to US, I think tells you a lot about how India is being perceived internationally now post-COVID.
Right. So, you're saying this happening while the Prime Minister is in the US is a good thing, and post-COVID recovery. But just to say, Mr. Chauhan, also, what would you say to those who say that the Sensex and this boom of 60,000 is a bubble? It's not reflecting what the real Indian economy is. It's not reflecting the pain points like our lowest ever GDP during the COVID quarter, and also, of course, the fact of the loss of jobs that happened during COVID and is still continuing.
I think Sensex has been described as a bubble for last 42 years since it was actually devised in 1979. And so every day when people don't want to believe, they call it a bubble. And every day people who want to believe, they think it's real. For me, the reality is somewhere towards it being real. And there are many reasons of why Sensex is there and is going to increase, is because whether we like it or not, Sensex is a real time number. Whereas GDP is once in a year, and that also a past number, right? 6 months back, 1 year back, life was different. The second part is that Sensex reflects the hopes and also fears of the society. It's not the reality that it reflects. It's not the current, but in future what it is going to do vis-a-vis rest of the world.
That's an interesting way to describe what the Sensex actually reflects. But I think what's also been fascinating is the explosion of investors, and this includes just the common person, people who may have been intimidated earlier, but who have really now come out and invested in the stock markets. Do you think the Sensex, the stock markets are now actually the most profitable return on investment, or is it also something which is safe?
I think last 8-10 years there is true, because somewhere on the line there has been a kind of a belief that has kind of come in that stock markets are worth investing. Earlier, stock markets did not have that great reputation, but given the liquidity, literally for a small investor, there is a great liquidity, very little cost, and at the same time great returns. In fact, if you look at say last 6 years, Sensex was 30,000 in 2015. Today it's 60,000. It has given returns, I think 13 to 14% if you take the dividends into account, and that's a very large jump vis-a-vis any other asset class over last 6 years, last 5 years, last 10 years, 15, 20, 30, 40 years. Each year against gold, against real estate, against every other asset class, Sensex has given great returns and more consistent, and also it provides you liquidity. That's where I think more and more people are coming in. Earlier, the problem was that brokers did not have offices across the country, and opening up offices used to be very costly to service and so on and so forth. Because of the mobile related activities today, since mobile has reached out to literally every Indians, and also the bank account has reached out to every Indians. Now it's easy for the brokers to open accounts. The new age brokers have started opening accounts very aggressively, and we see huge number. Literally, we are getting more than 1 lakh investors coming into the Indian stock markets for last almost several months, especially during COVID, and that is telling you the kind of pressure that is coming through hinterland of India. In fact, earlier, if you recall, I recall even during the budget discussion in NDTV itself, somebody, the anchor commented after the budget discussion got over that few lakh investors will be happy. And that time I said, no sir, it's 6 crore investors. And in few years time, we will be larger than the number of farmers in India. And he started laughing. And effectively, 8 crores is almost competing with the number of farmers. So somewhere on the line, I think slowly the Indian investors are becoming important political constituency also. And I think then the media will take us more seriously than what they were doing before.
That's interesting, because of course you'll hear so many people saying that the media takes the Sensex too seriously, but your point that with so many small investors, now 8 crore investors in the stock markets, the media and politicians can't ignore these investors anymore. But just to ask Mr. Chauhan, this is the wonderful picture, it all seems great at the moment, but what would you say, what are the health warnings that you would give people who are looking to invest in the stock markets or people who are currently invested? Because of course many people want to rush in when the going's good, whereas actually experts say you should invest when the markets are low.
Now, each time when I come on TV, I keep on asking basically every investor that it's your money. Don't believe in tips, don't believe in WhatsApp, don't believe even in what comes in media. It's your money, you need to protect it. So if you think the risk is going up, please try to be cautious and invest based on your caution rather than on your hopes. And that I think remains true at every level, but more so now where the entire world is in tandem in terms of the markets going up. Of course, Indian markets have done better than the rest of the world, but the rest of the world also has done well because of a variety of reasons. And that's where I think as and when markets go up further, we need to be more cautious.
Right. So I think urging caution, that's a good message amid the euphoria. But also amidst all this, you're hearing, you just said that 60,000 is just the beginning of the story, and you're already hearing people predicting that 100,000 will be the next Sensex peak. What, I know you don't want to be a fortune teller, but what would you say in your experience? What do you think is going to happen next? Do you think the market will reach 100,000 anytime soon?
The end of the year is soon, and it's very difficult to predict short term sort of how the indexes behave. But the long term, I think India is here to stay. Indian story is here to stay, and India compared to the expectations is going to do much better, and that's where more and more people are going to invest from within India as well as abroad. And I think it's just the beginning. I think 60,000 is not the end of the story. I would say it's the beginning of the story, and this story is going to be going good for next 30, 40, 50 years going forward. That's how instead of predicting a number, I would say you will probably get 12-13% CAGR, that is compounded annual growth rate over next 30, 40 years. No other asset class, no other country can give that because of the reasons, as I said, is the technological revolution that is changing the world, and India is at the forefront. First time in last 1,000 years, the demographics and also geopolitics. These three reasons is what is going to make India better than the rest of the world in terms of investments going forward.
Mr. Chauhan, thank you very much for joining NDTV on a day the Sensex crossed 60,000. Not many predicted that, but here we are. Thanks and all the best at the BSE.